Welcome to another video on my channel. Today's video is going to be 11 things to know when visiting the Blue Lagoon in Iceland. So the Blue Lagoon seems to be a very controversial topic about whether or not it's worth the visit or if it's too touristy, etc. I have been 3 times to the Blue Lagoon out of my 5 times in Iceland. I love it and I would keep going back, and so I think it's very important for people to go and make their own decision about if it's worth it or not. I recommend it, but say you are going, I'm going to provide you with 11 things to know before you go. Number 1, you've probably heard about this, the showers. So before you enter the lagoon, you are required to shower fully in the nude, and it is a public shower. It's really not as horrible as what you would think, but I can understand it being uncomfortable, especially if you're like me and you're from America, where we are very modest. They do have private stalls for those that are more reserved and not as willing to take a public shower, but you are required to shower before you get in. Number 2, condition your hair before you get in. For women and also men, the Blue Lagoon can mess up your hair. I've gotten my hair wet before and I haven't actually had any issues with it, but people have talked about how it can change their hair color, or it makes it really knotted and matted and gross. Everybody's hair is going to react differently, but if you want to avoid this altogether, when you're taking that pre-shower, lather up your hair with a ton of conditioner, more than you would normally use, and just keep it in there the whole time you're in the lagoon. Also, you can keep your hair up like I have my hair up now. Keep it up, just avoid getting it wet. That'll help you avoid that problem altogether. Number 3, so this is a kind of my own little preference, I guess, but I would recommend going during the day. To me, the whole point of going to the Blue Lagoon is to see the milky blue color of the water, where you don't really find that anywhere else in the world, and that's what makes it so unique. And if you go at night, you can't see that. You can't see that color. It just kind of feels like a hot spring. So I recommend going in the day. Number 4, there are different temperatures in the water. What I mean by this is there's going to be like hot spots. So as you're walking through the lagoon, there's going to be areas that are a lot hotter than others. So you actually can find an area that suits your comfort zone fairly well, as you can find cooler spots and also warmer spots. Number 5, there are hair drying stations in the locker room. So after you get out and you shower again, I recommend you shower after. I guess you don't have to, but I do recommend it to get some of that water off of your skin and out of your hair. There are hair drying stations, so if you are going to the airport right after, or even if you're just heading back to your hotel, it's nice to leave with dry hair. So there are free hair drying stations that are accessible to use. Number 6, everything that you purchase in the lagoon is charged to a digital wristband. So you don't have to worry about carrying around a wallet or cash. It all goes directly to this wristband that you wear, and you just scan it every time you make a purchase, and then they charge you at the end after you're already out of the lagoon. 7, this kind of goes back to what I said in the beginning. People again are debating about whether or not it's worth it to go because it is such a tourist attraction, and yes, it is a tourist attraction, but it is a tourist attraction that you are not going to find anywhere else in the world, and I do recommend that you go at least once, because why not? Where are you gonna find that again? And when are you ever gonna be back? Unless you're like me and you've gone 5 times, you know, you may never get that chance again. And so I recommend just sucking it up with the tourist thing and just going and giving it a try. Really, it's not really even that crowded. There are a lot of people that go, but you're not gonna be shoulder to shoulder with everybody. And if you want to avoid crowds and everything, period, just go either in the early morning or later at night, because there won't be as many crowds at that time. Number 8, eat before you go and stay hydrated throughout. So this is so important, because when you go to the Blue Lagoon, I would plan on spending probably a couple hours there at least. You might get hungry, so eat before you go in, and then also keep hydrated, as the heat and the steam can make you dehydrated pretty quickly, and you don't want any problems with dehydration. Stay hydrated, drink some water before, during, after, the normal thing. Number 9, I would recommend that if you need glasses to see, if you have contacts, I'd recommend wearing your contacts. If you can see without glasses or contacts, that would probably be the best route to go. The water can irritate your eyes, period, but if you have to have something in, I'd recommend contacts, just because if your glasses frames get wet, the water can damage the frames, and also your glasses just end up steaming up. My mom had this problem the whole time we were in there. The steam just fogs up your glasses completely, and you're constantly trying to clean them, and then they get steamed again, and it's just very irritating. So I recommend contacts or nothing if you can see without anything. Number 10 is take off all jewelry. So the silica in the water can actually damage your jewelry as well as glasses frames. It can damage even the best jewelry. They'll warn you when you get there, but they even say real gold and real silver can also be damaged, so it's best to just take it off and either leave it in your hotel or leave it in the lockers that are provided at the lagoon. 11. So this one's kind of basic, but don't cancel your trip due to expected rain or snow. Honestly, rain and snow is some of the most fun weather to be in this lagoon, because you could be sitting in your hotel wasting your day away because of bad weather, or you could be in the lagoon wet anyway, so it might as well rain or snow. We went one time when it was snowing, and another last time we were there it was actually hailing a little when we got there, but it wasn't bad at all. I mean, you're in the water, you're warm. It's just like if you would go out in a hot tub in the snow. It's the same kind of a thing. Unless you can't physically get there because the weather's so bad, then that's a different story. But if it's just expected to rain or snow, I'd say go anyway, because it's really not going to ruin your time there, I promise. So those are my 11 tips and things to know before you visit the Blue Lagoon. If you have any other tips or advice or anything like that, feel free to leave them down in the comments. I'd love to read them, and I'm sure everybody else would love to as well, because I'm sure there's a lot of things that I definitely did not cover. I'm not an expert. This is just based off of my experience. Yeah, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up if this helped you out at all. And I hope you guys have so much fun at the Blue Lagoon if you're gonna go. It's amazing. It's beautiful. You feel like a crazy, majestic water nymph, and it's super fun. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe. I plan on doing some more travel tip and things to know videos I think are going to be really helpful for people, and I have a lot of travel knowledge, so I definitely want to do that. I also do vlogs and other fun videos, so make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!